I have to take an intermission. This is therapeutic. Excuse me, wait. Because it's kind of hard to talk about my family, people that I've met like right after my dad died. I joined the House of Karan in like 90, end of 94, beginning of 95, I believe. Um, my dad died in 95, so John came at the right time for me. So I just want to put that out there for y'all. All right, so let's jump into the house meeting. It's really not too much to talk about there. Basically, everybody seen it for me. They had to vote me in, and boom, bam, here I am. Something that I did leave out, I have to go over shit and write it down. So I had told y'all when we was at the mall getting ready for this ball, right? When she walked through the mall, we was together at this time, but that way fast forward. I just wanted to bring that to y'all point. Like when she walked through the mall, everybody just looked like she was amazing. Like she just, and she was dressed regular, no makeup, no none of that shit. Daytime, like she, she was just one of them ones. Like her persona, just everything about her, just the way she was real. Now I'm not even just talking about her face, like this, her as a person, her heart. She's Virgo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, first let's talk about. We'll get to Renee later. Let's talk about me and John's relationship. John, why I got all these things in my hand. John was a father. He was a father. He was a father to me. He was a father to a lot of people. Um, he used to always tell me to go home. Like, Rock, go home. Anybody know me back then? I was always in them streets. I was always out. I was at every function, mini ball. I don't care what it was. When I got introduced to ballroom, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be at every ball. I wanted to be at every ball, right? So, so I was over here, Philly, all the time. And if you saw John, you saw me. Okay, it was a whole era before some of y'all came around the PJ days. God bless my brother. Um, but I was before them days. Back to John. Let's talk about John. All right, so I was staying with John. Because I really didn't want to ever go home. I wanted this be under John. I'm not gonna lie. I just lost my dad. I just wanted to be up under him. I didn't want to go home. Um, yeah. All right. So he said, "You gotta get a job. What you want to do? What you want to do?" And I was already, um, doing my thing in Jersey, like with the green stuff, right? So everybody knew John was the plug, right? So I said, well, I want to be out with you. I drive you around. You know what I mean? I work on 13th Street. So he gave me my first pack of, it don't even matter what it was. Y'all know what it was. Anyway, allegedly. Anyway, y'all, so I started being down 13th Street all the time. He always wanted me to go on libations and stuff. I didn't want to be in there with them. I wanted to be with the gays. I wanted to be with the gay guys and the trans women. Well, them queens at the time. I wanted to be around that crowd. I didn't want to be around the lesbian crowd. I just really never, that was never really my type of crowd, right? That was my type of crowd. But John would force me and then go to libations. Go around the libations. Um, and he used to hook me up with a lot of dancers. I used to go to a lot. Anyway, this. Um, so Me and John got really tight. I knew his family. We would ride to his family house. Like, me and John was connected at the hook. I mean, hip. Especially after Mooka passed. I don't know if y'all know Mooka, but after she passed, that was one of his right hand mans too, and Renee's close friend. Damn, everybody passed. Anyway, I feel like me and John just we and I want to put this out there. John was recovering. He was in recovery when I met him. When I met John, only thing he would drink or anything, he wasn't a drinker anyway, but he was drinking salsa water. I never ever seen him do anything when I was around him. Okay. Keep in mind this was 95, going into 96. So I don't know anything that happened after those years. You know what I'm saying? Because some of our later videos will get into that. So John, we've done a lot together. We've had a lot of talks. He didn't even want me. He didn't want me around it. He didn't want me. He didn't mind me walking balls, but he didn't want me around the scene, if that makes sense. John and Renee was very protective of me. John didn't look at me as a little stud. He still looked at me as a girl. You know what I'm saying? He did. You know what I'm saying? You know the old heads, they calling us little bull daggers and shit. I used to be like, John, I'm not a bull dagger. So he was just not understanding that at all. Anyway, whenever I wanted, whenever I needed, I never had to pay for shit. Barely. I don't think I ever paid to get in a ball for real, for real. John took care of me. He spoiled me. I worked for my money, yes, but it was money on top of that and on top of that. You know what I'm saying? He always made sure I was good. But then he started like wondering where my money was going. And a lot of other stuff, like where these packs go. It doesn't matter. So, um, I feel like he started giving me like an allowance type thing, like wasn't let me. Even when I walk balls, okay, there was this one time I walked ball, right? No, we're not gonna get into that on this. Anyway, back to John. Yeah, I would have did. I would have done it. I took a punch for John before, okay? By Revlon, our sister house at the time. I thought Michi was gonna touch this story it doesn't matter because I'm gonna touch it. But we're gonna talk about that later. We had a run in with some Revlons. That was our sister house, and I didn't know John and this person was going through it, and they ran up in on us. But we was prepared, and I'll get to that story on the next one. 10 minutes is way too fast. But yes, I took a punch for John before. I done ran up on niggas for John before, just for them disrespecting him. Um, so just to put it out there, me and John was like this when I first met John. I didn't want to leave his side. But listening to the internet and certain people's stories about John, like I said, everybody has their different versions of John. I saw two versions. I saw the clean and sober version. That would have did anything in the world for me and everybody. Then I seen another version to the point where I didn't even go to his funeral. Um, we wasn't even speaking at the time, and when I heard he passed, I was on a run and I was out in New York. Stay tuned for